Ring for the timeline to present us with good tweet. Woo! Dude, what a banger.
I'm jacked. I unironically sing that song every now and then in the day.
Dude, don't scroll alone. The feed don't feel right on your own. You know? God. Dude, how
It's
you
actually,
doing for me, my man?
it is a good song, like just on its own accord. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm in, should I say where I am? No, I'm in Taiwan. It's cool here. Been exploring around.
You're low on the dismemberment scale, so I feel like you can reveal at least your country of location.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Taiwan. Yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
of course.
That's all I'll admit.
That's it. That's all you're gonna get out of him, dude.
No, I mean I don't care. I mean I'm in Taiwan. I'm here for the next 2 weeks, and yeah, it's been cool. I mean, I've been to Japan before. I've never been over to Taiwan. I feel like it's a really good mix. It's kind of like the Chinese Japan, if that makes sense. But they
Oh,
would call it probably Taiwanese, is what they would say. So
that actually kind of sounds kind of awesome.
it is.
Now that you're like, it's kind of like the Chinese Japan. I'm like, all you had to say was Japan. I'm just gonna start comparing everything to Japan. Like Paris, I'm like, it's kind of like the European Tokyo.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, the infrastructure here is like this, like they have a really good MRT underground. Like it's like 20 cents to use to go anywhere. And then like the roads are really wide, like wide and clean and everything. Like it's a very similar vibe, but then it feels unique in that the food is, is separate and different. But there's a huge Japanese culture here because it was a Japanese, like I don't know if it was occupied or just administered by the Japanese for like a long time. So there's tons of like bento places, little izakayas, but they're the Taiwanese version. So it's like the food is next level as well. Like if you like pork, you would love this
Hell
country.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, that's awesome, dude. That makes me want to go. Love that. Love that. Dude, I feel like, what was it? Last time we were scrolling was on Thursday. We concluded last Thursday that the vibes were in a consolidation phase. So let's give a little check-in before we kind of dive in itself. Where would you say that we're at now on the vibe scale?
I think it's interesting because we're not in any worse position. I think people are slightly more optimistic on the outlook, but it's almost like people have come to terms with the reality now, and they're just kind of like, yeah, like this is what it is for the time being. No one's panicking anymore. I mean, a lot of group chats are silent, but that's more so because the meme economy is not doing so well. I don't think their faith in crypto is gone, but anecdotally, a lot of people that I'm in group chats with have switched to vibe coding. So
Anecdotally, you know.
yeah, anecdotally. But I mean, I'm sure that's happening across many, many chats. Yeah.
I mean, yourself included, myself
Yeah.
included. That's what I mean.
Yes.
But I mean, but I'm keeping it tight because it's crypto times AI. I'm vibe coding crypto products. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think most are trying to do that as well, like for some regard. But the moat, I would say, I think we discussed this last week, is the moat is on execution, probably, right? Which
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in the final stages right now of getting ready to test my piece de resistance. You know, says the walking Dunning-Kruger effect, who's made 3 apps so far, but it's my best work yet. So we'll see. So I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, I saw some guy today launch essentially what he's calling AGI, whatever. It's like these little automatons. So it's little AI agents that hatch themselves, pay for themselves, and hatch more. So very, very Thronglets, Black Mirror energy.
Yeah.
So mine won't be too dissimilar. But here's my thing though. So you're like, okay, we're in no worse position, people accepting their fates. But I'm like, are we poised for a vibe breakout, up or down? Is what I'm wondering. Dragonfly says, hey, we're going to throw $500 million at crypto. We've got Zora pivoting to Solana. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things happening. I'm like, are we poised for a breakout? Now I just think about Euphoria every time I think about this pattern. I'm just like, ding, ding.
I think I am not so bullish just yet. I'm not bearish. Like, I've positioned myself to be agnostic to wherever we are in the cycle, right? Like, maybe there'll be some slight pangs of panic if the charts nuke 50%, but ultimately the things that I'm in will come back. So for me, it's separate. But I think how the industry is going, I think there's going to be, like, I would be surprised if we were anywhere massively positive until mid-year. Like, and that even still might be a short, like, too of a condensed time frame. So I think a lot more of it for the next couple of months, probably.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
I don't see this as bad either. I see this as positive. It's a flush out of, massive amounts of leverage, which is good for the industry, right? Like, artificial price points balancing on a knife's edge are not necessarily the most positive long.
Yeah. I mean, dude, one thing that I saw is like, Namin says dope jacket. I'm like, I can barely even see it. So thanks. Like, appreciate it. There's a whole long story that I maybe will tell at some point. Maybe on Scroll With Me when I just go on a rant about it or something. But the thing that I thought, there's this app, I think it's on Abstract. It's called like DX Terminal. It's like where a bunch of these AI agents are trading, but they're little like sprite characters. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. No.
It looks fairly interesting, but they've been running it, I think, on testnet, and they maybe for like a week or something like that. They're like, in a week, these agents have done like $134 million in volume or something like that. And that's the part that I'm interested in, is like in this, I think I've been saying it since I discovered OpenClaw, which was like 2 weeks ago. But
you're a veteran now. Yeah.
I know. I mean, I'm basically an OG. I mean, so I'll be in the OpenClaw class of 2026 a few years from now. But the thing that I think is interesting is agents. There's a little bit of nuance to this, but there's a lot of politics in crypto, right? In what products get distribution, what get adopted, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, the part that I am interested about is like, does agents or the agentic economy make like the best tech win? If an agent's like, oh, that works. I have a problem and I'm going to do that. It doesn't have any opportunity cost. It doesn't have any feelings about it. It doesn't have to eat dinner. Does that make sense?
I think so too. I mean, I had this. I think agents basically revolutionize everything. I know what you're talking about specifically, but I'll loop it back to this the vibe coding kind of stuff. I think, like, if you can get agents to be mimicking the stuff that needs to be done in the chain of putting stuff to market, then I think that's the next evolution. And that's going to happen with all these products and apps, et cetera, in all facets of behind the scenes and front end, et cetera. So we're on the cusp of like a big evolution of this stuff. It just hasn't executed yet. And the risk is, does it execute properly or does it execute with flaws? The one thing I would point out is that there's not enough testing. Agent run testing is not necessarily the most efficient form of testing, in that it overlooks a lot of errors and stuff like that. So
are you referencing like today that potentially vibe coded DeFi terminal or DeFi fucking platform that got exploited for a couple million?
Yeah, exactly right. Because of the fact that it hasn't been put through proper, like, I mean, from a tech perspective, testing, but even just like user testing. Like, is an AI agent an actual user? This is the questions that we have to kind of holistically ask going forward, right?
And that's the part where it's like the quote unquote like code boomers, who aren't just ship maxing. Probably like they know these lessons, right? And we will learn these lessons and these pain points. I will say that we'll probably speed run them in the way that, I'm just like, hey, my app's live on Vercel. Go check it out. Like, it's like, it hasn't been audited. You know what I mean? Like, and so we're all going to speed run those problems. But the iteration cycle is a lot tighter, a lot shorter, which I'm excited about. We do have a Atari in the chat, says he's on YouTube. So shout out to Atari for going to YouTube, because I guess Twitter chat's not working for him. All good. But he has is that Poly OX? Oh wait, is that like you mean like Poly the guy the Yuga lawsuit guy? Is that no. Is that the same OX? Not sure, but definitely not as far as I know. You know that you're
Is
not
it?
the creator of the pawn token. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you and Ryder Rips, you know,
Maybe
get
I am
down.
Ryder Rips.
Maybe you're Ryder Rips. Oh my god, that'd be fucking funny as shit.
I'm Beanie.
Yeah, Beanie. Oh my god, Beanie. Oh my gosh, I thought Beanie actually doxed like a months ago, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But I don't think he did. I think it was
His
fake.
name's Charles. His name is similar to Charles Hoskinson. It's like Charles Hoskins or something. It's really weird.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Dude,
I just remember
let's
he cashed out
spend the
16
time.
million of DAI. That's all I remember.
Oh, what a G, dude! Look at that horse.
Yeah,
Incredible. Ooh, panda.
we're going through that now. We're having the Chinese New Year, which is amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I bet it's awesome. All right, let's see here. What do we got? K Money here. Haven't seen a tweet from K Money in a while. He says, logging off until the market improves is always an option, but when I made my first million in this space, it was at the stone cold bottom. Also, during the time I found my crew, I'd be trading alongside the bull market would ensue. This is your time to plot your next move.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I came of age in crypto in a bear market. So I'm like, I was born in it, molded by it. Like, I don't know. Bull markets are just fun and mania for me. Bear markets, my status quo.
I think it's about survival, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if K-Money's saying like that if you just stick around, you're going to make $1 million. Because I also don't think that's true. I mean, having been through, been here since 2020, the end of 2020, basically the start of 2021, I'll say, I've seen a lot of people who have had access to opportunity who failed multiple times, and then people who got lucky, and then people who executed. And I think if you're lucky or execute, obviously you're going to make it. But just being in the right time, right place is not necessarily an anathema to success. So, yeah, I mean, if you're actively plotting your next move, as he says, like planning how you're going to do things, you're probably better off than the people who just are around. Like I know people who made like, had $2-3 million, this cycle, and then went back to like a couple of grand, right? That's just like, it's very hard to compartmentalize how someone does that.
Right.
And so, yeah, the logic of we're all going to make it WAGMI, just stick around. I don't think that's true because people who already made it lost it, and they.
Hey, I'm famous for going to the casino, winning big first 10 minutes, and then just giving it back over the next 4 hours. So it's no fun to stay in the casino for 10 minutes.
Making it and keeping it are two separate skill sets.
Totally. Well, and this reminded me of another tweet that feels like it has maybe a little more wisdom. So Simon Dedek, I think he's like a kind of a VC in the space here. He made a tweet, and I thought it was interesting. He said, when you feel like you're embarrassed to say that you work in crypto or exposed to crypto, or like would just want to like not go like shrivel up in a corner, he's like, that's your indicator that maybe you should deploy some capital, some dry powder if you have some. I was like that makes sense to me.
My rule is also like if I would be afraid to share a screenshot of the markets with someone, that's when you deploy capital.
Nice. We also have some word in the chat from Atari who you are Kobe. So take that for what it is.
Isn't he British? Shine your boots, governor. Oh, cold climbing. Bottle water.
Bottle water. Hanging out in Nottingham Hill with Stanny. I don't know why. It's just that entertains me enormously. NPM install taste, LOL. The fact that I get that joke is interesting.
Yes.
It's like, script. Yes.
I saw some people in my chat that I have a mini chat. I should add you. It's not a trading chat. It's just a group of retards that I know for ages. And they're like, oh, how do you vibe code? How do you vibe code? And they're like, oh, one of them's like, yeah, just you have to do npm this. And I'm like, yep, that's just running the script. Like your script may not be the same. It's not a universal execute script thing, right?
You ask AI how to do it. That's my response to everything. I'm like, not like a dickish way, but like it'll tell you better than I did and tell you exactly what to do.
Yeah. But they're like, oh, this is what I just do this, and they're pasting it in. I'm like, yeah, but that's your script. You've got a script that's
it has their directory in it. It like just doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I literally can't.
It's not a universal experience. You can see the monkeys like They got the AK in that picture. There.
You gave them the AK. This is the problem. You can't run this. You can't do it. I don't buy the 402 hype. I think it's a base shill. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry. Interesting take from Jaleel. A visualized value.
Mm.
Huh.
I mean, it is a base shill.
I mean, okay. So how 402 got started, from what I remember, was like just like some devs who were just like, "Look what I found! This error of 402. I can use it to make payments," and nobody gave a shit for a long time. And so I'm like, I feel like it's more of a base co-opt than a base shill.
Yes,
and like a circle co-opt as well. But I don't think that it's necessarily bad either.
No, a shill is not bad. A shill is positive. Yeah.
But Jaleel follows up and says it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, to me, like tap at the door, it's like pay as you go API, right? But like micropayments, crypto, like to me, permissionless feels like everything crypto is. So
it makes perfect sense.
Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is the part that's one of the many things that's interesting to me these days is like, it was vibe coding, but I was checking out the Poly market, 5-minute Bitcoin markets, like everyone on Twitter tells you to do, because they have their agents that make them 6 figures in 5 minutes, because that works totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me share how I did it with you.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you how let me share my edge with you right now. But I was just kind of poking around, and obviously it's like US restricted, or whatever, inverse of that. You can't do it in the US or whatever. I'm not even totally sure. But you can get an API key and then code your own terminal and then call it and just like do it yourself. So I'm like, that's interesting. You know what I mean? That's available globally. So I think the same about like 402. It's like if you're willing to kind of peel back the curtain just a little bit.
Well, you just raised something. This is an interesting question that we have to probably answer in the future. If things are restricted or geo-blocked, dApps, products, whatever, blah, 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 in the future, if your agent is accessing them and you deploy the script in the jurisdiction that is not the right jurisdiction, but you're not interacting with
You're not even a person.
That's right. Is that, or if you deploy an agent that then goes to deploy an agent that then is using Polymarket on
my sub agent? Yeah, it's like, where did it get launched? Yeah, like
exactly. You're like, well, it's not me. My sub agent based in Nigeria is the one who's doing all the scamming. Not me.
That's wild. I mean, all the kind of more reason for just universal economy currency and just stop. Atari says human laws don't apply to smart compute.
Not yet. Again, I don't really even know if that's true or not. I'm just saying, I assume it's true. But I think, so I can give you the perspective from Australian law, would be that if I got my nephew to launch a token on my behalf, it would still be construed as me launching the token because I co-opted someone to do it. So I would figure that if you co-opt the script to do something on your behalf that is illegal in your jurisdiction, it would still count. But then if you co-opt, yeah.
I mean, I'm using an extreme example here, but I'm like, yeah, what if your agent at some point was like, based on all of our chats together, maybe even your musings, not even like public or whatever, they're like, I think it could be cool to launch a token, and you know how we can make that go up? Promise that, they'll get profit in the future. I mean, you kind of take like the Occam's razor,
Yes.
And it's like, and it just like, it comes back to you, goes like, hey, look what I did. Aren't you proud of me, Pop? And you're like, no, fuck. Are you culpable?
The FBI.
Who's culpable?
Yeah, that's an interesting situation. Yeah, I think there'll be some rulings on this in the future. I think it's going to get pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm bullish on local compute. I'm waiting for Apple to drop its next chip, the M5 or M4 Ultra or whatever. I've really enjoyed running local models so far. I'm only using Venice for my API calls. I don't know, because I'm like, to me, that feels congruent with my crypto ethos. Like, why would I not use private or anonymous inference? I don't know.
The amount of just off topic slightly, the amount of non-public APIs that are in these vibe coded apps, just go in and like yoink, yoink, build an agent to steal API keys from.
Find API. That's how you get Claude credits in the future, just stealing other people's Claude Code APIs.
Yeah.
Just scraping. Ooh, Google's doing a little something, something. Because I think Apple's doing something in March, so Google's doing something in May. All
And
right.
they're using an IO address. Come on, guys. Let's give it the times.
It's io.google.
I guess it's
Whoa.
a .google, but Google.io anyway.
Dude, I was looking at domain names the other day, and there's an insane amount of domain names. You know, in shout out to G Money, because G Money, his website is g.money.
Yeah,
I was like, damn,
that's smart.
that's pretty sick. I respect that.
Mine is co.b.
I would have expected lowercase dot boot.
Yeah, that's true. Not Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah, co.b. Okay, we got Zora on Solana. Before we get into it, tell me, what's your take? What's your thoughts?
Well, I shared that tweet about Palace saying Solana is where EVM goes to die, which I think is a pretty succinct statement, because this pivot is a new product, basically, somewhat, and on a different chain, and that is interesting. So, was there enough demand for Zora pre-pivot to say, like, where are the users is the question? Because I don't think that what they're doing is necessarily a bad idea. I think it's actually a good idea,
Right.
this trend, like trends, etc., because it's the poly market of the we call it the brain rot economy, basically, right?
Sure.
Everything that's involved in memes, or just everything that's it's a confluence of multiple social media platforms funneling into tokenization, which to me makes a lot of sense, and bidding on trends, etc., makes a lot of sense. So yes, that makes sense. But why if they had have initially launched this product, it would be good, but then they pivoted to something brand new? It makes no sense to me. Like it's
okay.
I
Here's
could
the
be
interesting
fading.
part. If it wasn't Zora, what would you think of the product on its own?
I would think it would be a good product if it was not Zora. Correct. Yes.
And I guess the only other thing, they didn't say that they're deprecating their base product. It's just a new product on Solana.
But I feel like this product would be all the rage if it wasn't launched by Zora. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it is weird. I mean, like, because I was poking around on it today. Bought some coins, but so I bought. I'll show my bags because we're on chain. I'm not going to hide it. Okay. So I bought some longevity coin because I thought it was funny, and they have all of these longevity coins that are paired with it, right? It's like red light, sauna, whatever, which I just thought was comical. But like the sub coins, zero market cap. And I was just like, this isn't a good look. I was like, you got to crime some of these tokens just like a little bit, like get a little action going on here. Like, cause no one wants to go to an empty party. Like, and so, that was the part that was like, you probably could have done this launch a little bit more, like seeded some liquidity for your different kind of pairs, because I tweeted about this earlier. I think it is interesting in that the thing that creator coins or like content coins maybe didn't get right yet. I think they're too early, but I don't think they're inherently wrong. But like Jesse Pollock would always talk about how like content is intentionally viral. It's like, and that kind of goes against how a coin should work, like up and down, like immediately.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. You need to build momentum. Yeah.
So that's how these kind of like trend coins can maybe help with that, in the way that like all of the, like longevity is this more like longer term trend, and all these micro coins can kind of ladder up into it, which makes the trend coin a little more reflexive. And it's like, okay, cool. If you make a little bag off getting that immediate sauna red light trend, that's cool, but you're still exposed to longevity. Maybe if you play your cards right, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, there are ideas around this. People are building stuff with that in mind. So I would say that that's going to be solved. It's just whether or not the liquidity is there to make, because you're right. Like I've said this to a lot of people, like, again, we say crime, but we really just make a runner, right? And if you can't make a runner, like, it's just not, because there could be 50 of these apps that could exist, and they are all good in terms of like functionality and have good ideas, etc. But if there's no volume, like it's just not going to attract the users. So, I mean, Pump Fund wasn't even the first launch pad. It was just the one that attracted the liquidity, and it's then you snowball once you get the liquidity.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm interested to see where this goes in the next couple of days, even, it's like, because I logged on, longevity hadn't even bonded yet, and like the website was broken, which I typically take as kind of a bullish signal because I'm like, it's either getting bombarded. So I just was able to get some of those tokens and get it pre-bond. But I'm very interested to see if the Solana community adopts it, because Pump Fund isn't the only player in town, but Pump Fund also just announced their cashback and creator fee coin announcement today as well. And so it's like the attention liquidity, I imagine, is thin. As where previously there was only kind of one sheriff in town,
That's why I'm still bullish on Pump, because it has so much money. I mean, people are like, oh, Elon's making all these missteps. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe he's not immediately doing everything that you want him to do, but they're staying relevant. I mean, they're iterating. I think the hackathon is a really good precedent to show that you can do stuff with funds without having to change the direction of your platform. You can be doing multiple things at the same time, as long as they're in the same bucket of assets, which is just coins.
Maybe explain that a little bit more to me. I'm generally pro hackathon, but I honestly don't know enough about the Pump Fund hackathon. I know people like Austin from Nuco are competing. They've launched agents, stuff like that. So it seems like super interesting and seems bullish for the ecosystem overall, but I don't know the exact details.
Well, I think it's like they're giving a bunch of projects like 250K to 300K. I can't remember the specifics of the amount. Something, I think they said 250, and then I just saw one project got 300,000. So I wasn't sure why. But so basically, if you're essentially getting incubated by the Pump platform to be paid, and they're valuing this coin, the coins that are launched on that. So I'll tell you the process. You have to launch a coin with a functioning product, and you have to own 10% of the supply, and then you apply to the hackathon with a video. And the basic premise is that you are, I would say, an application trying to do something. Like, so it's not meme coins. It's like ICM stuff, right?
It's kind of believe coded a bit.
Essentially believe coded, but more, there's almost more niche products. I would say they're not like full base AI, and they're not AI either. There's kind of a good mix of them. Like people doing experiments, like the Soul Tomato is applying for the hackathon, and that's nice. The guy experimenting growing the tomatoes for space research and stuff like that, which is interesting. Backhold also mentioning, but I think it's interesting because you've got this where these people are applying and they're getting these 250K grants based at a $10 million valuation, and there's only going to be X amount of these winners that get this amount. Up to $3 million is awarded. So I think it's like 10 of these coins can win, 10 of these products can win. And then you've got Pump still doing its meme coin, deploying stuff on the side. And I mean, is streaming still there? I mean, they still have the functionality and people still stream there. So they're doing multiple things at once. So I said this back in the past that Pump is an everything coin. And I think we've had this agreement before as well, that like it's going to be utilized for many different things with many different product suites in the future. So to me, that's why I'm much more bullish on it than just the meme stuff, because if you get one of these launchpad incubated coins like running, and I'm sure that Pump likes to make this stuff move as well, I feel like down the line that's going to attract a lot more attention back to the platform. But again, even if they don't, giving grants is a smart way to be using the capital raised in your platform.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes. Short answer, yes, for sure on that. But I'm like, I am curious, like you're saying, even the streaming stuff. I'm like, should an app get funded, through the hackathon? They're doing well. They kind of want to like build in public. Like if they've already launched the coin, like do they end up streaming on Pump? Like that's interesting. And I'm wondering how maybe it kind of works backwards in that way. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, everything can fail, right? And if anything tells us, I mean, based on our own experience, 99.9% of this stuff does fail. But like, let's see.
Let's see. All right. On the topic of Zora, I think we have a Boots tweet of the week. Is it time to bring it up?
Bring it up.
Boots tweet of the week.
Yeah.
Anecdotally,
nice.
You're wearing the perfect jacket for this tweet.
Why do you say? Oh, all these greases out here.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I'm a
Hey
greaser or
there,
soap in
toots.
this jacket. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a greaser or a soap. Time will tell. Time will tell. Okay, take it away. Take it away.
This is by RB3K, RB3K, yeah. Talking about base. So not only is at base, not only are at base employees abandoning ship. Looks like the top protocols are either being gutted or abandoning ship as well. And Polymarket odds now projecting no base token in 2026. Looks like a bottomless pit may need a market on when the sequencer gets shut down at this rate. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was an interesting take because, first of all, I don't think that base is shutting down. That doesn't make any sense to me. But have all its flagship apps leaving and then also Brian be selling stock quite aggressively recently, to me, tells me that maybe there's less clarity on the Clarity Act. You know what I mean? I feel like they really ramped up the product stuff leading into that, and now that's not happening. Or maybe it's just that they're pivoting direction and don't want to have any incubated products on base and be focusing more on maybe an RV kind of thing. We're just guessing here, and there's many roads that could be leading here,
Well,
and it could be unrelated. It could be completely unrelated.
if I had to be a betting man, the creator coin economy, like I said, and I've told Jesse this privately and publicly, like I think it's a good thesis. Um, but I think that that's more of a bottom up. You have to grow that economy. A lot of things have to go right for that to work, and that just takes a lot of time. And I think with Coinbase being what Coinbase is, it's a custodian for these huge, fucking Black Rocks and anybody who wants to enter space. And they want to turn base into the kind of non-custodial version of Coinbase. I feel like Brian Armstrong could much easier go, rub elbows with people in New York City, Washington, D.C., and get a fund manager to deploy $1 billion onto his network
Mhm.
by convincing one guy, as
Yes,
opposed to
yes,
having
yes.
to convince 1 million creators.
A million guys with $10 versus the one guy. Well, sorry, whatever the $1 billion equivalent of that is. Yeah, I have that thesis on a lot of these things. It's like go for your select user base. Don't try and be the everything for everyone kind of thing because it just dilutes the narrative, right? Yeah.
Well, it's a narrative issue, but I mean, to be fair, like it's something that Flow is thinking about with launching Flow Credit Markets and Peak Money, and this is where I've seen that's really interesting is that Top Shot, fucking $1 billion in secondary, sales, like or volume or whatever, maybe in primary, I don't remember, but crazy. So it created a collectible economy, but there wasn't an underlying economy underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I think that's what a lot of people are realizing is that they need to build up the actual economy for like a collectible meme coin, everything else comes secondarily. Think about, I'm no economist, so fucking don't hold me to this, but just in actual life, it's like when do people have discretionary spending when the economy as a whole is doing well.
Yeah.
And so I would say that at this point on chain, Solana, Base, everyone included, we don't have the economy yet. And so I think a lot of people are trying to build that. I don't think that's incorrect either.
I think the early success of a lot of EVM stuff was based on the historic deployable liquidity of the ETH whales, right? And then that liquidity has somewhat dried up now, and now it's becoming apparent that, I mean, we always knew liquidity was king, but there is no bottomless pit on a lot of these things that's underpinning the base layer of the economy. So it becomes more about like, where's the real economy in all of this?
Yeah. At some point, what is a crypto market cap? Was it 3 trillion or something like that?
We're down to what are we now? Let me check quickly. Let's give the users the scoop.
Let's give them the real stats.
2.32 trillion.
Okay, 2.32 trillion in, let's call them quasi-liquid assets. Like, I feel like there's some hedge funds, probably multiple, that each have $10 trillion assets under management. You know what I mean? That's just one fund.
Yeah,
so I guess that's the part that I've kind of been like, that's the part that we need to nail is like growing the real economy where we start talking in T's and stop talking in B's. Then trade NFTs and we can do all. I genuinely believe that a lot of the kind of future dreams that we have or have had will come true in time once the economy at large is at scale.
Yeah, I think in like I would say in a decade or so, I could see a lot of this stuff playing out. I don't think this is happening anytime soon. So yeah.
I'll be interested to see how kind of like AI, stable coins, things like that accelerate, and potentially even like a distressed traditional economy. I don't know. We'll see how some of those things kind of play in. I'm no macro expert by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll find out. Okay,
We should be
but
drawing lines on charts.
yeah, doing some DA. We'll do vibe A,
It's a
vibe
cup and
analysis.
bowl pattern here.
But we're just vibe analysis. So we just go like, nah. Okay, looks like bottomless pit may need to market when the sequencer gets shut down. Yeah, I mean, that obviously feels like kind of an intense take because it's like the sequencer is making money, and I think at this point they're not losing money because they're an ETH L2 and ETH isn't charging them as much rent as they probably should be. So that would be a silly proposition, I would think.
It makes why would they shut down the sequencer? Like this tweet reads like Space is bankrupt or is like shuttering its doors tomorrow. It's like that is not happening. I've heard
Yeah.
this take a bunch of times from people saying Base has got no use case. Like it's like yeah, I mean none of this stuff has a use case mostly. So it's right. Well, none of it has a use
Figuring
case
it out.
that people are defined satisfactory is what they're saying.
Yes. No, it's good. A good Boots tweet of the week. Let's see here. Let's give a little refresh. Top of the timeline. We got Tally here saying that he's approaching 6-month anniversary at Polymarket. Made 50 plus video projects. Dude, Tally is the GOAT. If you've seen a Polymarket video that's got you hyped, Tally has been responsible for it.
Nice.
He's awesome.
It's just a rare skill set to make good hype reels.
Oh no, he's great. I did see this today. So Phantom introduced their own MCP server, and this is kind of like along the same lines as the 402 stuff. You see a lot of people kind of adopting standards very quickly to incorporate the kind of agentic economy. So I think that's pretty cool.
The thing that annoys me with Phantom is it doesn't allow you to custom add networks. So you're hard locked to have. I mean, maybe it does, and I don't know. I'm too stupid. But there's no adding of like I can't add like a hype EVM, etc. Like I have to wait for them to.
Interesting. I've never tried. Honestly, like I've just been like, yeah, only use the ones that they give me, and I use fucking MetaMask for everything else. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh, are we doing this again? No, look at this. What is this?
I'm not doing this.
Oh, what does Kook say? Rumor that Coinbase is shutting Base down. Dude, this guy, dude. It's like these guys haven't seen an app leave a chain before, you know?
Yeah, he
They'll
knows
be
it's not true.
fine.
It's just
They'll be fine.
for the engagement. Yeah,
they'll be just fine. You should go to a crypto conference and you'll see all the chains that you've never even heard of, and then you'll take that statement back. You'll be like, "Huh, interesting. Didn't know that was a thing."
Only Blast shuts down.
Yeah, Blast is still running, right?
Yeah, I know. They just stopped the wallet integration.
Offering high yield on their USDB. I mean, I still think ICO Beast was like farming them for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
So funny.
Was Archik even supporting Base? I don't even know.
Who to who?
Archik. I'm officially done supporting Base. Like, were you supporting Base? I don't. Okay.
I don't know.
Good story.
I don't know.
I think Base will endure.
Look smacking lingo is dead. Okay, good to know. All right, no more of that. We got to cut that shit out. We can't be gesture. We can't be gesture maxing or any of that shit.
You know the thing that I try to tell a lot of Gen Z, and I don't want to sound like an unk or a boomer here, but they haven't really lived through the life cycle where things that they've said were cool and not cool because they're not getting made fun of on the internet because they're currently making fun of the millennial stuff. And they're like, oh my God, look at these dumb millennials. They're like doing planking. They were like saying YOLO and all this stuff. And I'm like, you do understand that you are doing the equivalency of that right now.
Yeah.
But you cannot comprehend that because you haven't seen it play out on the internet yet. So I'm waiting till the future where they see like, oh, actually we were also cringe. And it's like, yeah, you were. Because I used to work with a Gen Z guy and I was like, yeah, you guys are cringe. He's like, yeah, but we know we're cringe. So it's like, it's ironic. And I'm like, yeah, you say that now, but you can't physically, you can't divest cringe from emotion. It exists for a reason. So yeah, even
It's so
saying that we're cringe, but we know it is cringe, in my opinion. That'll be looked back on as being cringe. Like,
yeah, you just have to be authentically you. It's the only way. It's the only way to do it. Just stand on business, stand by, say it with your chest, and just do it. That's what I found to be true for myself. Would you risk it all to build something special? Oh, for some reason when I read that, I don't know, it read like the Jeff Bezos cheating meme, like men was ready to risk it all, but they meant it a different way. But interesting copy choice.
what are those old Fast and Furious movies? Min looks like the Korean guy from that. What's his name? Johnny something. Yeah, it's a very old reference. It's all
Oh, the if you want it, if you know, na-na-na, Tokyo, na-na. The drift.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy's sick. That guy was actually, I was in Tokyo during Tokyo Car Week, and he was there, but it's like they did on the north side of town, and I was like, fuck. So I didn't get to go. Pissed. But I did get to see some sweet rides on the street. But apparently they were drifting in the streets of Tokyo at night, and I was like, damn.
That would be cool. The real Tokyo Drift.
I know, right? Let's see. Let's give it a little refresh here. Oh, let's see. OG Shoots. I don't see too many tweets from him. So let's see what he says. The first token launch platform that eliminates PvP is going to dominate all market and mindshare. How does one does not simply eliminate PvP?
How do you eliminate PvP? Because PvP happens across like platforms. So it's not like, I mean, yes, there's internal PvP on platform, but if bonk PvPs pump and then base PvPs them, like how do you you're basically
when one eliminates game theory and human
Correct.
instinct
That's what I
entirely.
say.
when
Princess Dilemma doesn't allow this to exist.
when one becomes one with the Buddha and gets rid of all desire, then that's what we need to have. We need to have Buddha coin. Just eliminate all desire. I don't even desire for the bags to go up or go down. They just are. I'm in a position of neutrality. Then we will achieve enlightenment. Thanks, OG. That's the secret. That is the secret. Me and Jency coworker presenting our awful pitch deck. LOL. Dude, I think I've heard that Miami's heating up. I think Palantir is moving to Miami. Some other stuff is happening.
I'll be playing. It's in GTA 6, right? Miami. That's.
Oh, GTA 6. Yes. Oh my gosh. Are you watching the Knights of the Seven Kingdom?
No, I haven't been. No. Should I be?
It's excellent. Excellent. The first few episodes are a little slow, but the last one came out this Sunday. It hits. One of the good ones. I don't know if you're a Game of Thrones fan to begin with, but
initially, at least of the first few seasons, for sure.
Yeah. You'll like it then. It's great. Dude, okay. Can we talk actually? Since we are, bona fide. Kuya says, "Get up, sir." What do you mean, get up? What does that even mean?
Yeah, just get up.
Get up.
Get down.
Get up. Get up now. Since we're bona fide Twitter algorithm experts at this point, maybe more so than Alex Finn, because we've spent so much time on the timeline.
I call myself Algo God. Yeah.
Oh, Kuya hit us with the Knights of the Seven Kingdom reference. Get up, sir. Get up. Sorry, it's too good. It's never mind. I won't spoil it. It's more than
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
It's really good. But have you noticed? So like the timeline's weird as fuck in the way that like I'm seeing tweets that are like 2 days old.
Yes.
It's weird.
I spend way less time on Twitter, and somehow everything is just the same. Like, as in, like, if I spend all day on Twitter trying to craft perfect tweets, the engagement is the same. Like, there's just no so it's like I've been encouraged to spend less time on Twitter, which I mean is somewhat freeing. I don't dislike some of these changes. I think it's more if people are interested in what you're saying, they'll somehow find it out. But yeah, it seems to be evolving over time as well. Like, it really sucked initially, and now it's a lot better. but still not perfect.
Maybe I've approached Twitter with a position of neutrality from enlightenment, but for some reason I'm like kind of dumb in the way that I never, if I'm like helping with a brand account, I'm like all analytical, but then my own account, I'm just like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
give
Me
a
too.
fuck. I don't give a shit. So I literally never. I'm like, the engagement was down. Just don't pay attention. Don't care.
I'll do
But
the same thing. I'll be like, yeah, look at these engagement metrics here are not working. Like, you need to do more posting in this time window. Like, the long form is not hitting. Hit up more short content, like short form, etc. And it's like, for myself, I'll just be like, hey, did you see this thing? Boom, like send
yeah,
it. 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Like, yeah,
just quote tweet with one word. Look.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, used to and scroll with me, I could refresh the timeline and I'd have the freshy tweets, seconds old. And now it's like, it's not even in chronological order anymore. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but it's scroll with us, right? So we are
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
who we're picking bespoke content from among the chaff.
yeah,
Right. That's
yeah.
why
Separating
this
the wheat
show
from the chaff.
exists. Yeah.
course.
If the timeline was perfect for our listeners to just go in and see themselves, they wouldn't need us. I mean, they would want us, but they wouldn't need us. But now they need us.
You
So we've
need
been
us.
enabled. Yeah.
Okay, here's that automaton thing I was talking about. Speaking of the timeline provides, haven't done that one out in a while. So this is the guy. He's calling Web 4.0
4.0. Oh
the
my
birth
god.
of super intelligent life and autonomous web. Just this guy just released Skynet. I mean, it is interesting for sure.
Well, Web 3 didn't last very long. I mean, Web 2 at least got a decade. Actually, no, that's true. Web 2 got a decade. Web 3 got 4 to 5 years. Web 4 going to get 1 to 2. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. Or maybe it'll just stop truncate, like, and it'll just become the web at some point. It'll come back, be like just the web.
Well, I saw someone use the term digital natives recently, and I was like, oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh.
Yeah, as opposed to
But-
the analog natives.
This is akin to what I'm building plugs into this in a way. I'll tell you a little bit. I'll give you a little bit of preview. Not that I'm like, oh my god, it's so revolutionary, but it is interesting. I basically put the entirety of OpenClaw on chain,
Mhm.
so it's all run by smart contract, and every agent is an NFT, and it's all encrypted. So your messages you send to and from your LLM are encrypted. And then, because I saw someone talk about, and I thought this was interesting, Peter Steinberg from OpenClaw was having problems ingesting so many PRs because everyone's just like trying to be like, merge this PR, and he's just getting inundated. He's like, I can't. So he's building an agent to sort those out. But then I saw Toli from Solana say something to the effect of, open source projects should stop accepting PR requests from random people. They should debug it themselves and then update the code. So I was like, this is an interesting point of contention. So what I did is I made each agent into a discrete object. And then you can use this flow feature called entitlements to add features yourself on top of it. Similar to like the skills in OpenClaw currently.
Yeah,
Except anybody can create a feature and then just use it on their own NFT. So there's kind of like the core contracts, and then people can just build infinitely on top of that. It's much more complicated than that, but my smooth brain is about the best I can do explaining it. So it's pretty cool.
Slap a token on that bad boy, and yeah.
I thought about it, but for some reason I have no instinct to do it. And I was like, I'm just gonna see it if it works. And then inevitably be like, someone will be like, how do you make money off it? I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. Cost me 1,000 a month in subscription fees. Yeah.
But if it generates a bunch of transaction fees, then it's a flow token beta. So there you go.
Beta.
Hannah Montana is back. You heard it here
Amazing.
first. We hooked up some OpenClaw agents with codas and let them roam the other side. Each of them can navigate the world, keep tabs, and they meet and decide who's a friend. Journal. That's so funny. Interesting.
Bearish.
How so? That's a bold take.
Just anything to do with the ape ecosystem they're just so slow, and they've spent so much money on all this stuff that just went nowhere. Bearish in general. They lost that spark. They're the boomers of the industry.
I don't know if I like 100% agree, but I see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like for, you know, they did intentionally kind of scale down. I think they did that, and so it's like you would expect them to be moving much more rapidly because of that, especially now with AI. I feel like that's the most boomer thing. Now with AI, but I mean, like, you can move fucking fast as shit with AI now. Like,
Yeah.
so interesting. Like to me, if this was my okay, maybe here's the not so bold take. I'm doing all this OpenClaw shit on the side. You know what I mean? Like, but if it was my sole job to do this explicitly, then I would have been open clawing agents on other side the third day. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You'd ship MVP in a couple in 72 hours, and then have a V1 product by 14 days, probably fully tested and vetted. And everything. I'm not talking like like a fully working product, security tested and everything like that, right?
yeah. And obviously, it's like it's easy to armchair quarterback, but that's just my instinct. I'm like, yeah, if that was my full time thing.
They have the money as well. It's whatever. Like,
You're like, rabble. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get like one more banger tweet in before we sign off. Machi Big Brother down to his last million. Heard that before.
yeah, he's always down to last million, and then there's
Always down to
hundreds
okay.
more.
Did you see this? Oh God. Speaking of cringe, did you see this guy?
What did he win?
No, so he bought the Pokemon, the Illustrator Pikachu card off Logan Paul in the background. He bought it from him for 12 or 16 million dollars.
Oh, really?
It's like the highest record TCG sale of all time or something like that. But then he said he's going to start a worldwide scavenger hunt with other goods like the Declaration of Independence and like other shit. I don't know what he's doing. Some weird shit.
I mean,
He's the
How
son of
to it?
Anthony Scaramucci, if that tells you.
okay, that tells me a lot then. Yeah,
He's the son of the Mooch.
the mooch. My dad loves the mooch. He's always talking about the mooch.
Most dads do love the Mooch, to be fair. It's kind of like a universal dad experience, you know?
Tom Hanks films and the mooch.
Fair. So yeah, so some people are saying that this either marks the top of the TCG mania, or people say this is the $69 million Beeple sale of TCG mania, and it's only getting started.
I think both of those were the top, but we'll
You think that? Wait, you think the 69 mil Beeple sale was the top?
was there another 69 mil sale?
Well, I mean, okay, that's interesting. By that definition, everybody was just chasing that dragon downward until the end. Didn't kick off.
Yeah.
I would need to look at the timelines. I could get on board with that point. It's very interesting.
It doesn't mean that there wasn't extreme amounts of money to be made after that. It just means that like that was the very top, and then it was a slow downward
There's still a
trend.
lot of money. Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, if the top is trillions of dollars, and then you're like, okay, there's still trillions. You know what I mean? Like until we're like, there's 10 grand left. Okay, we're clearly at the bottom. So
you're Machi Big Brother, and you only have $1 million left.
apparently, that dude must have like $500 million.
He's got unlimited money.
He does.
Infinite money glitch.
I think he had 2 million Ethereum or something. I don't know.
Yo, that's more than Octon.
Well, it wasn't there like maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's 200,000. 200,000 Ethereum.
That's still more than Octon.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't the thing that he was on the multi-sig got rugged for like 200 million?
Oh.
No, sorry, 200,000 Ethereum. Or am I thinking 20,000 Ethereum? It was some filthy amount of Ethereum. It's like,
I wonder whatever happened to. Didn't he get a bunch of ApeCoin to buy a bunch of Bored Apes and like gift them to museums? Didn't that actually happen?
Yeah, to like his friends and stuff like that. Like he was buying the apes off his friends and then gifting them to museums and things like that. But he anecdotally, again, I'm not besmirching his character, but he was involved with something where something like 20,000 to maybe at the time, I think 200,000 Ethereum, something like that. Yeah, a lot of Ethereum.
We'll let Zach XBT be the
Well,
arbiter.
he's never looked into it. That's interesting as well.
What do you mean? That's fascinating. When has Zach XBT never not looked into something?
Correct. Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. All right, good sir. It is 5:30 Mountain Standard Time on Tuesday, February 17th. We will not be streaming Thursday afternoon because I will be in Colorado for ETH Denver, one day only. But the timeline will continue to provide. The scroll will keep scrolling. The vibes will keep vibing. And we'll be back for the next scroll with us. So, Boot, any last words before we log off?
No, let's see how they are next week when we're back and assess whether the vibes are trending upward or downward.
All right, we'll see if the breakout occurs, you know?
Let's wait and see. Let's show.
All right, everybody. See you in the timeline.